Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Thursday and welcome to Witch Life. This week we are looking at the eyes and we are looking for patterns. Patterns are everywhere around us, the natural world, the mythology we've inherited, human behavior, and even our manner of thinking. Anything that is so prevalent is going to be worthy of a witch's attention. Now, it's true that even if we're passive, we'll probably notice certain patterns at some point. However, if we choose to be aware and actively look for patterns, we will get more out of our observations. And to a certain extent, our spiritual paths do train us to do this. The Wheel of the Year, which highlights the spiritual aspects of the agricultural cycle, that's just one example. Those sabbats teach us that the natural world doesn't merely show us how the physical world works, and what we need to do to survive, but actually what that means for us at a higher level. On a yearly basis, this natural cycle reminds us of the progression of human life: birth, youth, maturity, old age, death, and then rebirth. That pattern in turn teaches us about the cycles of chapters within our lives, which also has further spiritual ramifications. And that's just one example of a larger pattern that we benefit paying attention to. There are many, many more that we can. Patterns teach us about the progression from thought to speech to deeds. An insight of this kind is invaluable for a practitioner, especially as it relates to human behavior, including our own behavior. One of the axioms of the craft is to know thyself. There's a variety of avenues to do this, or at least to attempt it, and the pursuit serves several purposes. The more you understand yourself, the more you understand the why you think the way that you do, why your emotions are what they are, why your actions are what they are. This is a stepping stone in learning self-control as well. But this also teaches us the manner in which we can learn to better understand other people. And if we excel in this study, we gain in wisdom, which, of course, that is the overarching goal of the craft, to become wise. Now, whether we're focused on understanding ourselves or other people, we will discover a plethora of patterns. That increases the probability that we will be able, gradually, to anticipate what's likely to happen next. What are people most likely to do? What is the probability that we ourselves follow through with an idea? The link between thought, speech, and deed mirrors the magical process. We start with the hyper-focused intention within our minds, and then through spells and rituals we bring that to speech, and then of course the final manifestation is a deed in which that intention takes form in the world. It's a matter of practicality as witches that we understand the patterns associated with this progression. Otherwise we just won't be as effective in our work, and who wants to be the witch who isn't good at what she does? So the more we understand patterns and their consequences, the better able we are to make judgments about what patterns need to be encouraged and what patterns need to be disrupted. Now, I realize that for many people the word judgment equates to mean or wrong. However, I'd like to make this word respectable again. Judgment at the most basic level is being able to discern what something is and then acknowledging that reality. This brings us to the judgment of whether or not a pattern should be encouraged or discouraged. That requires we take an honest look at the results, getting past rationalizations, excuses, or what other people want us to think. We need to look at the evidence of our own eyes and not be afraid to look and acknowledge what's actually going on. What is the effect of the pattern? And is that effect a consistent outcome? Sometimes the answer to that question will challenge our own preconceptions and we'll find ourselves having to rethink. Other times, it will absolutely confirm what we've already believed. But either way, part of having a witch's eyes is unlearning any fear that we might have about finding out what's what, and having a fear of then having the further responsibility to decide what to do about it. But we will get into that part a little bit more next week, in which case we will be talking about witch life, the eyes, and connecting the dots. So I hope you'll be back for that. In the meantime, let me know what you think, either in the comment section below or on Discord. If you haven't joined us there already, there is a link to join in the description box below. And I think that'll do it for today. See you in the next one. Bye.